All right, joining us now on Inside TBT. You know what? Actually, this doesn't feel right. Hold on one second. Ugh. Joining us now on Inside TBT from Heard That, Jon Elmore. Welcome back to the show.
Let's go, man. You got me hyped.
I mean, that's unreal. I mean, I didn't know that was happening. That's unbelievable.
That's elite content right there.
I do have somewhere. I have like 3 carbon screw jerseys from over the years, which is hilarious. But I don't ever Heard That jersey. I guess that's next. I gotta add a Heard That jersey.
But full disclosure, then we'll talk to you, John. Joey, what did I say last night about if it's West Virginia versus Heard That? Who did I say is going to win?
West Virginia by a landslide.
Wow.
Inside TBT.
And on that note, John, great to have you here as always. You know we love talking to you. First question, how's
dude? Almost 2 years old. She loves to run up and down the steps. So like, it's a dream come true. But like, there's nightmare moments where you're like, dude, what the hell is going on? Like, but it's a blessing, man. There's nothing like it.
You've got just a wonderful life going. You're balling overseas. You had a great season going. Got the daughter with you. You had the fam with you all year, right?
Yeah. They were with me the whole season.
But unfortunately, season cut short with injury. But you're good to go. That's what the rumors are.
Dude, healed up, 100% ready to roll. It's time to make some noise in the TBT.
John, we hear the same story every single year. Watch out for Heard That. Watch out for Heard That. Is this year different, or should we be watching out for Heard That? Are you guys just in it just for fun? What's the deal?
This is the year, like you said. We've had some hype. Last year we kind of underlived expectations, but no, this is the year. I think we're going to have our best team yet, and hopefully make our best run yet. Which we think $1 million is reasonable this year.
So we say every year. Well, we say every year that we don't pick favorites. And then we say every year that we love you guys. We literally did an award show last year, and one of the awards was the Heard That Team of the Year, which is just the team that we loved this year. I'm literally wearing a Heard That jersey, so it's kind of tough for us to say we have no bias. However, I'm going the reverse psychology route this year. Don't think you guys even get out of the first round. How's that?
Wow.
Reverse psychology.
No, though, John. It's out of love. It's out of love.
No, I mean that's motivation for us. Like, I live 2 blocks from the Civic Center at the Charleston Coliseum, so every day that I drive by there, I'm thinking like, we're making it out of this region this year. So like, you added fuel to the fire right there.
John, if you had to move out of Charleston, West Virginia, where would you like to live?
Huntington, man. That's where Marshall is. Like 45 minutes down the road. West Virginia at heart, man. Come on now.
You're a true West Virginia son. Let's talk about West Virginia. All right, you guys are the 4 seed. Okay, that means 4th best team in the regional for whatever it's worth. West Virginia number 1. Okay, Buccaneers number 2. Woco Showtime. Fletcher McGee gave West Virginia a run for their money last year. My question to you is, when you saw the potential teams there, were there any teams that you were like, we want to avoid those guys at all costs?
Dude, so when the seedings came out, like, I had a group message started with John and Dan, and I was just like, what the hell, man? The 4 seed in the Charleston region, like, we were upset. But, like, James Madison's a good team, but, I think that's a good matchup for us. But there's, like you said, there's some good teams. Wofford, Adden, Rousey, and McGee. That's a pretty dynamic backcourt. You got West Virginia. They're always tough. The Buccaneers, you saw what they did last year. So I think there's some capable teams in our region, but damn, we were disappointed with the 4 seed. Like, come on, man.
So what I think is funny about TBT this year, and maybe funny is not the right word, every year in the NCAA tournament, the 12 seeds are damn good teams. It's the best mid-major teams. It's the high major teams that maybe stumbled at some point in the year. But that a 12 is always going to be a 5. This, for the TBT, because there's a little bit more regionals and the seedings are worth different amounts, I think that the 4 and the 5 seeds are in the same boat, where it's like those teams could lose in the first round, but they could also win the regional. And you guys fit right in that mold. What's kind of the herd that mentality going into the tournament this year?
That's like Marshall being a mid-major. That's always kind of our mindset, is that underdog, chip on our shoulder. We want to be on the big stage. We want to beat the big teams. And when I was at Marshall, we did that. We made the tournament, won the first game, and then we ran into West Virginia. So that's on my mind. Like, I gotta beat them. I'm 0-2 against them. So whatever happens this year, like, I want West Virginia, and I want to win that game. So I gotta hype that up.
John, remind me again what seed you guys were in the tournament?
13 seed, upset the 4 seed.
It sounds awfully familiar. All right. Beat a team in the first round, have to play West Virginia's second round. That's what's set up for you guys. But I got a question. This might be a better question for Ott. Would you rather play them in the second round or them lose to the 8 seed first round and get to brag and bust their balls about losing to the 8 seed for a whole year?
That's a great question. I think the environment would be better at the Charleston Coliseum if we played West Virginia just from the fan standpoint. But if we could avoid them, I wouldn't be opposed to that either, But if they get beat, it's obviously a tough team. I don't think you could go wrong either way.
When you're looking at the TBT, obviously there's a ton of teams outside of the West Virginia Regional. You're a basketball fan. You're a TBT fan. What are some of the other teams that you think are like, oh, wow, that's a new team. They look like they have a chance, or a team that's a staple that has a chance? Who do you have your eyes on just for fun outside of your Country Roads region?
Basically, who's the herd that team of the year going to be this year?
Dude, heard that team of the year. I got to go Marquette. That's a loaded roster. They were close. They were close last year. But now, Diener's back at age 55. So it's incredible, man. I'm hyped to watch them.
Diener being back is great. Devendorf not back as a player. Not sure if you saw that news today. For you, do you think that makes Boeheim's Army more of a threat or less of a threat? Because he's a great coach.
He is, man. Heck of a player, heck of a basketball guy. But I think Syracuse underachieves this year. Last year there was a couple games where they just slid by. But I got them getting upset this year.
What's underachieving? Not winning the championship?
Not winning the championship. Like Ricky Bobby said, if you're not first, you're last, man. So
all right,
that's the mentality.
All right. So real quickly, the Dayton Regional. All right. That's who you guys would potentially play if you won your regional. I think the TBT world would welcome a money team versus Heard That Final 8 matchup. The rematch, gotta say, I would with Jimmer, Trevor Booker this time around. That's a tougher matchup this year than in years past.
Yeah, that's a good team, but that's like a bucket list item. Like, I want to go at it versus Jimmer. That was somebody that I watched play growing up, guy that's done it at all levels. And I kind of see some of myself in him, like that's a guy that I've modeled stuff from, taking stuff from his game. But at the same time, like, I want to beat a dude like that. So that's a matchup I want.
I feel like we've talked about this before, but just in case, who are some of the other guys that you model your game after, enjoyed growing up? Like, for guys like you and me, it seems like it's a different crop of guys than guys that, other guys looked up to. I guess is the best way to say it. Who are some of those other guys beyond Jimmer? Because I agree, everyone wanted to be Jimmer Fredette when Andrew, right? Like when we were in middle school and high school. Like,
I wanted to be Sullinger, but yeah.
Dude, my biggest, so this is funny. Up until this year while I was overseas, like I moved out of my parents' house, whatever. My mom took down my fathead Steve Nash poster I had on my wall. So I'm 25, and at my parents' house, I had a Steve Nash poster still on the wall. So Steve Nash was the guy I always kind of modeled my game after, just the crafty point guard, high IQ that could do everything. Wasn't the most athletic, but just found a way to get the job done. So that was always the guy that I looked up to.
So at this point in your career, you play a little bit like Steve Nash, but you play a little bigger than him. You like to shoot the ball a little more, definitely. at this point of your career, you've seen what's happened with other TBT players. You've seen what happened with other guys. Would you consider a G League year to try and get called up mid-season like we saw happen to, I think it was like 12 TBTers last year?
Dude, so I was talking with my agent about that the other day, and I actually have a couple of G League teams that have showed interest. But I have good momentum overseas. I ended up making first team all league in Lithuania, so it's like, hey, do you continue climbing the ladder overseas, making more money, whatever, building your resume in Europe versus going to the G League and trying to, it's betting on yourself going to the G League, because every player in the G League's mentality is get that call up. So definitely some tough decisions to be made this summer, but I don't have an answer for that one right now.
Follow up, and sorry, Joey, you may have a follow up to that too. Follow up. Do you think right now you would be one of the best players in the G League?
I think so. That's just my mentality, and that's the confidence I have in myself. I mean, I think I would be the best player. I think if you ask majority of the players, they would say the same thing. But that's just my mentality. Is I'm the best player on the court.
Double follow up, and I don't think TBT people are going to like me asking this, but is there ever a point where summer league becomes a priority for you?
Definitely. The right situation. I played summer league my rookie year, and I played like 2 minutes per game. So it would have to be a situation where you're going to play minutes and you're going to be one, a factor, and two, have a role. So I don't think just any summer league gig, but the right fit. I definitely think that would be a solid option.
All right. We've talked about your career. We've talked about your future. Seems like we're planning your future, but let's talk about the present. All right. In a few weeks, we're going to be playing TBT ball. Heard that is back. Who are some of the newcomers that you're excited for?
Justin Johnson played for Reggio Emilia in Italy this year, had a really good year. He played at Western Kentucky, was an all-conference guy. I think they made to the championship or Final Four of the NIT when he was there. But just a physical four big man that can do a little bit of everything. We're currently adding 2 more guys. One of them has some NBA experience, so that's a little Woj bomb, but I can't release the names yet. Contractual issues and stuff like that. We're still in negotiations, but we're excited, man. I think this is going to be our best team yet, and can't wait to lace them up.
Anybody on the team that you're totally not excited to play with, and maybe you wouldn't want him on the team in future years?
Not excited to play with?
Dude, I got to mention Ott. I'm like, dude, why aren't you in Charleston working out, training, whatever? We got to get ready the year. You got to show, yourself, man, what you've been working on at the Y Leagues and stuff. And he's like, no, I'm away in the mountains right now. I'm on some Rocky training camp type stuff. I'm like, hell yeah, it fired me up, dude. I just imagine Rocky in the mountains in the snow, carrying logs, running up hills. That's what I think. That's what I imagine Odd's doing right now, / hope he's doing right now. So I can't wait to see him out there.
So last year, Ott, when we were in Charleston, there was all this talk about TBP, the basketball party. People were handing out flyers. Ott was saying, you got to go, you got to go. We went. Ott, nowhere to be found. Have you heard anything about TBP this year? Is there going to be the basketball party?
I think that's dependent on whether we make it out of the region or not. If we make it out of the region, the basketball party is going to be a major, major hit this year.
Yeah. I mean, we will be hungover all the way. If you guys make it out.
Yes. And Joey, I got you a Heard That jersey upon arrival at our region, man. I got you.
Fingers crossed I'll be able to get there. My big boy job is a little bit more all-encompassing this time around. So
no.
I'm trying.
I Heard That versus the world, man.
Wait, I got to tell you though, it's not only is Joey questionable, but if you guys aren't playing West Virginia, I'm not coming down there. So you better make that happen.
Okay. You've got my word that I'm going to try to make it happen.
Oh, wow.
You got to get on. He does more smack talk than I do.
Joey, I got I got one last question.
He would be like, I
You'll-
guarantee you.
Wait, we jumbled for a second.
Sure.
Go ahead, Joey. No, I
I was
was glitched.
All I was gonna say is John's gonna hold up his end of the bargain. They just gotta win. He can't control what West Virginia does. That's all I was gonna
True,
say. Andrew, the floor is yours, Andrew. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and now I'm actually forgetting it. Let's see. It's coming back to me. It's coming back to me. I got it. All right.
China Max.
Yes, that was my question. Have you been to China Max at the Charleston Mall?
On the third floor of the food court, right?
Yeah, the greatest restaurant in the world.
Dude, we have everybody's like Charleston, West Virginia. Where is that? Whatever. Dude, like we are a major hub for all things amazing in the world, man. That's West Virginia in a nutshell. So yeah, big fan.
Yes.
Have you had obviously you've had the chicken in China Max. Have you had the chicken next door or or the one next door to that one? Because it's also
Are you talking about like Sarku, Japan, or like Hawaiian Grill?
Oh,
Hawaiian Grill. It's the same. It's the same chicken.
Yeah.
China Max.
See, the lady that works at Hawaiian Grill like harasses people to try the free samples. Like, so it's almost like I'm afraid to go there sometimes. So you got to factor some of that stuff.
You got to keep Ott away from China Max.
He's in the mountains getting ready.
Last year, I went to China Max, and then Joey got to town. I was like, I'm like kind of joking, but also not really joking that this is the best Chinese food I've ever had in my whole life, and we have to.
You're totally joking. That's part of the joke.
But like, not really. And we go there and we get it, and then Joey's like, I got to get China Max again today. This is the next day. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to get the Hawaiian place. And I get the Hawaiian chicken. And I'm like, Joey, this is the same thing.
Open up our boxes, and it's like we just got the same food from two different places.
Been bamboozled.
Yeah.
And then that's when it set in that we were like, China Max is the gospel. And we had it. I was there 3 days. I had it at least 3 times. Andrew's there 7 days in Charleston and had it 12 times.
10 times. Yo, with China Max though, you don't get guns like these that you can show off. So I might have to lay off this.
Wow, dude, you're filling out that Herd Dad jersey.
a little too well. We might have to sign you up.
Joey, we got to end this the way we always do, but it's a little different for the first time with John.
Yeah, John, for the first time with you, our last segment is sponsored by our beautiful presenting sponsor, Brain Fuel. We'll get you some Brain Fuel. We'll bring you some Brain Fuel in Charleston. It's a delicious, energizing beverage. So the last question is obviously, what questions do you have for us?
Oh, man. Okay. Who makes it out of the West Virginia region?
Ooh.
Yeah, on the spot. Think about our friendship and everything our history, man. Come on.
It's reverse psychology year. All right. So I'm going to say the Buccaneers come out of the region.
Wow.
It's
bold.
reverse psychology year. I'm going to say, I'll go West Virginia. Caleb Wesson. That's my college teammate.
Okay.
I'm going to go founding fathers.
Oh, that's like full 9 yards, like reverse psychology.
All I know is that I don't have heard that coming out of the first round. That's all I know.
Yeah. And we definitely don't want you guys to come out
wearing a jersey.
Damn, dude, like Ott's just national television material though. So like we've got to do our part.
Yes.
All right, you got to have more questions. You're like the model of have any questions for us. You and Devendorf. Devendorf asked us when we're going to have kids.
Wow. Let me see.
It doesn't have to be about basketball, John, obviously.
Can I get a commitment to you all attending the West Virginia region? Like I need that. Like I need it.
I gave you my contingency.
Oh my gosh.
I'll even change it to if you're in the second round, not just if you. So then if West Virginia loses, we'll still be there.
How about
But
this?
while we're shouting out our sponsors, like how am I going to get the Brain Fuel?
Get to Dayton.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I was going to
Shout out
say,
sponsors.
want a commitment for me, I'll be at Dayton.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Anything else for us, John? You've done a good job. You've been a good guest.
No more questions, man. No more questions. I think we've covered it all.
I got one more for you.
Okay.
What are you going to do with the money when you win?
Dude, that's a great
Not
question.
the answer for the TBT website, the answer for the loyal Inside TBT listeners that love you.
My wife wants a house. She wants a house. And it's a terrible time to buy a house. Yada, yada, yada. But like she sacrifices so much to live with me overseas that we got to get like a home base. Like we rent an apartment during the summer, but I think I got to get her a house.
I got the perfect.
I don't know if that's enough to cover the full payment of the house, but like it's a start.
I got the perfect scenario. So we're working on getting Joey into Chicago. We're doing everything we can. All right. I might go to Columbus and pick him up and stuff him in a bag and bring him to Chicago. But what if the Windy City Bulls need a spot on their G League team? They don't have anyone to run the point right now. They need a Luka/LeBron combo. So they give you a call, and then you come to Chicago, you win TBT, you have the money for TBT to put a down payment on a house in the suburbs. I'm from Highland Park, great area. Joey's from Deerfield, also great place to raise a family. I think we just planned your whole life.
Super inexpensive.
Are we talking about
as expensive as Charleston, West Virginia?
Are we talking about like we all move in together or like separate houses?
No. But once
Yeah, if you're offering.
Okay. We get a little like 3-4 bedroom and just like that could be the place. That could be the basketball party house.
we could all co-parent.
Yeah, perfect.
Let you guys have a date night every once in a while. We're here for that.
Babysitting's included though, guys.
Oh yeah, it's included.
Let's go. We got a plan for the future, man.
Yeah.
Shout out the Windy City Bulls.
Yeah, thanks for the contract offer, Windy City Bulls. We humbly accept.
There we go.
All right, man. Jon Elmore, excellent as always. Hopefully see you soon.
Yes, sir. Let's go, man.
Clocking out early, that's the dish I don't like. Been getting paid since I was riding on the bike. Hit the pedal with the 8th, hopping on the 9th flight. I've been chilling out of sight, I'll be at the bar tonight. Told the bartender, go and take my card to swipe. You try the same thing, but your card get declined. White rappers nowadays, no, we're not too hard to find. I'm so dapper with my ways, I'm gonna linger in your mind. Always told me good things will come to those who are patient, but I've been way too patient, writing bars in my basement. I'm anxious in the real world, it's time for me to say this. The basics, the talent in my mind, I can't waste it. My life is too safe, it's my time for risk taking. I'm baking my mind every day, it's the same ish. Lazy, my grind needs to get a new facelift. Coming from the underground and busting through the pavement. Rock